Yeah. Why am I saying this? Because a scripture says, in sin and in iniquity was I formed in my mother's womb. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine a scripture saying that? And then the big leaders in the faith tradition would leave it like that? As a scorn and as a put down for all women? So what are you telling me? You telling me that every woman is a curse? Every child in her womb is a curse? Is that what you're telling me? Reinforcing the story that the one that brought down man was Eve? The very first woman that was made turned around and brought the first man ever made down? So you have to have Islam. You have to have the Quran. You have to have Muhammad to straighten that story out. No woman brought a man down. If a man went down, it's because he's weak himself. He was weak in the first place. So don't blame her. Blame yourself. Oh, is that your Quran? No, that is not our Quran. The Quran liberates the woman by saying that she is not the one that brought the man down. Allahu Akbar. Now, you make your choice. I told you the Quran says the woman is not the downfall of the man. You have another scripture that says that she offered the man a fruit to earn the displeasure of God. Listen to what I'm telling you. And then further in that scripture, listen to me. You need to listen to me. Because you have mothers, you have daughters, you have sisters. You can leave anytime you want to. I see some of you don't like what I'm saying. Goodbye. Because I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to let the world, this is going on the internet. Somebody got to say this to the whole world. Somebody got to straighten this out. How do you think it's so easy to make a prostitute? I don't care if she's a street prostitute or a corporate prostitute. It's the same thing. Why is it so easy? Because scripture has been used to lie against the woman's identity. And when you say that this is the first woman ever made, and she brought the first man down, you have taken away all of her defenses. I'm going to tell you something. Inshallah, I'll sit down and you'll understand. Everything in this world is a big joke against you and me. If you don't have this understanding, it's a joke against you. Do you eat popcorn? You know popcorn? I'm going to tell you something, and you think about what I'm going to tell you. When you get a kernel of popcorn, what color is it on the outside? Don't talk, you can't talk to me. The color of the natural popcorn on the outside is yellow. What does yellow mean in human nature? Yellow means caution. Yellow means be careful. See, I know you think I don't know what I'm talking about. You know your eyes? When you start to have liver disease because you're drinking too much, or you're doing something wrong, or you get hepatitis, the first stages before it becomes dangerous for you, you know what color your eye turns? Yellow. When you're driving down the street, you have a red light, a yellow light, and a green light, don't you? They got those colors from nature. They looked at you. And when you look at the human eye, when he starts to have liver disease, the white part of your eye called sclera will turn yellow. And if you don't stop doing what you're doing wrong, you know what color it'll turn? Red. Just like they got a stop sign out there. That stop sign, as I told you, was made after you. God uses you. You are the stop sign. You have yellow sclera. Say, be cautious. Be careful what you do. And if you disrespect the caution, then it will turn red. Your own eye. I know what I'm talking about. So the man saw this and he took it from your eye and put it out there on the street light. As I told you, the Quran says God gives you instruction signs from the heavens, the earth, the animals, and also yourself. Allah. So the Quran is not a book that you read as a lullaby book. You know, fantasy. You know, 6,000 years ago they were walking on water park sheep. No. That's what Satan wants you to think. So he can keep you in the crib. And you never grow as a man and a woman in science and reason as well as faith. Lord. This is why the Quran came, and when the Quran came, it said, Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaqa. I'm telling you, this is the first revelation. And what did it say? It said, think, read, observe. This is the first revelation. Listen to me. The first revelation didn't tell us to pray. The first revelation didn't tell us to give charity. The first revelation didn't tell us to fast. The first revelation didn't tell us to make Hajj. The first revelation said, Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaqa. Because any time a man is down, it's because he's not thinking. Allahu Akbar. Anytime a community is poor, it's because they're first poor here, then the poverty manifests out here. Allahu Akbar. So this is religion as religion is to be taught. And it's a crime, listen to me, it's a crime for you to reach a people through emotions. Anytime you go to a spiritual situation, and in that spiritual situation, they got a choir, they got a guitar, they got a piano. That's against the law in Al-Ansar. I can't address you like that. I can't reach you like that. No imam, speaker, can reach you that way. Alhamdulillah. Allah structured you with your emotional organ here. Look at me. Here's your emotional organ, and it is not above your intellectual organ. Alhamdulillah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. I'm being very strong and forceful because some people visit here supposed to be Muslims and don't know that you're supposed to come to Juma'ah with your thinking cap on. Most Muslims, they don't understand it. And others who visit with us, they think they know everything. They think, well, I don't even know why I'm in here. What I come here for? I know everything. Well, if you know so much, I ask you why you're using drugs if you know so much. Why you use alcohol if you know so much. Okay? So I'm here, I'm trying to help. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I pray Allah that you will listen to what I'm about to say now, what I'm more serious. I hope I have your attention. Sometimes things will come into our conscience from the deepest of all levels of our conscience. And it is so powerful that it can bring about changes in your life. This is the way you were made, if you will only listen to it. And when you don't listen to your excellence of yourself, then Allah will make that same voice speak to you from outside of yourself. If you won't listen to yourself, then God will make your excellence come from your mama's voice. It'll come from your daddy's voice. It'll come from your neighbor's voice, so that you will not have an excuse to say, I didn't know how to do what was right. Allah. Yeah. So you have learned from society, and society has told you many things. And those things form a conscience in us. And too many times, too often, our behavior is a response, or our behavior is a reflection of what has been put into our conscience by society subconsciously. But there's something in you, brothers and sisters, that's with all of us, that's been there before the society of man himself. I told you that earlier. And every person has their original nature. But it is our learning in the so-called modern society, especially the corrupt society, as they would tell us in psychology, that dominates your conscience. And sometimes that learning that you get in college and high school is not in accord with your very nature. You know I'm telling the truth. Nature is pushing you from the cradle to the grave with the power and the force for you to take over your own life. Nature's doing it. That's why you Muslims, what's your religion called? Deen al-Fitra. Deen, religion, Fitra of nature. See? Well, why you say Deen al-Fitra? Because no man can form the Islamic religion. Listen to me. Listen. If somebody got together and formed a religion, then that religion is not the religion of nature. If the Jews have a religion and the Catholics have a religion, the Sikhs have a religion, all these human beings have a religion, understand my logic, then nature has a religion also. The universe has a religion also. The religion of the universe, the religion of nature is Islam, because no men got together and formed it. So Muhammad the Prophet formed the religion of Islam. No, he did not. He was born and didn't know what the religion was. He didn't know how to pray. He knew nothing about the Quran. Well, how come he knew nothing about the Quran? Because the Quran and any scripture cannot come from a man. It has to come from God. So if you told me Moses wrote the Old Testament, you don't know what you're talking about. If it's a book from God, then no man can write it. Take this. So we've been fooled, hoodwinked, bamboozled.